All the stories I just told right now are literal, like, examples of times I could have been, like, kidnapped or murdered, and I wasn't. It's literally just me escaping death in dangerous situations. At the rate I was going, I probably would have been found in a ditch, which is cool. What is cracking? What is popping, guys? It is your girl LC, and I'm back for round 2 of crazy party stories from when I was in high school. So, sorry if I'm like a little too close to the camera. I got a ring light to use. Applause for stepping up the production quality of my videos. Maybe now I'll get like a literal actual camera. So I already did a part 1. That video was probably one of my most viewed videos as of right now. So I was like, let's come back for a part 2. I was a bad kid. But you know what? I got it all out of my system. That doesn't make it any better, I don't think, but whatever. First story isn't necessarily like a crazy party story. It was just more of along the lines of crazy, like literally psychotic. What were we thinking? So me and my friends were walking. It's probably like 8 and 9 o'clock. It was nighttime. So we were walking. We were gonna go to like the store or Taco Bell or something. I can't remember. So we were walking from, take a shot every time I say we were walking. We were going from my friend's house to like Taco Bell or the grocery store to get food or something like that. And we definitely underestimated how long it was going to take us to walk there. So, what did we do? We flagged down a car, had them pull over, and asked if they would take us to the store. Literal strangers. We got in the car with literal strangers. Two men. Don't know how old they were. I can't recall age-wise, but they seemed older, like 20s. We were 15. We were 14 and 15. And we got in their car and asked them to take us to the store, wherever the fuck we were going. We didn't think about, like, what if they're killers? I mean, like, low-key, I was tripping out because I'm a very paranoid person. Like, I'm literally so paranoid, I get terrified of everything. But clearly not as paranoid as I thought because I got into a car with 2 strange men. Literally, I feel like I can't overstate this. 2 men who were strangers. We had no idea who they were. Could have had guns, could have had knives, could have literally taken us wherever. But in our minds, we were like, there's 3 of us. We didn't have any weapons to defend ourselves, a taser, pepper spray, nothing. We just put our trust in these men. What? Luckily, I'm still here and alive, and all they did was literally drop us off at the store, so bless you to those 2 men. Could have been so much worse, so we were very lucky in that sense that they were just normal men. You think I would have learned my lesson? But this happened again. I did get into another stranger's car one time, so I was out at a party with another set of friends, like 2 of my other friends, and as you know, high school parties go, cops came. So we didn't want to get caught up, and our parents didn't know we were out anything. So of course we start booking it, and we see these people get into a car, and we're just like, hey, can we get in the car with you? We jump into their car with them, and then they're just driving. We don't know where they're going. We have no idea who these people are. We don't know where they're going. We didn't know anything about them. We're just like, hey, thanks for letting us like jump in the car with you and take us anywhere. Just go. Get us out of here. We don't want to get in trouble by the cops. But like, you guys could literally murder us. But luckily, again, for us, they were very nice people. It's not as bad because they were at the same party as us. So it's not like they were strangers, but it's not like they were just some random people on the street. Like, they're at least, like, people of our age, kind of. They were a little bit older than us. So you would think that would be enough for us to be like, hey, let's stop doing that. Like, we should go home. Let's go home, No, we just called our friend and was like, hey, where's the next party at? Can you come pick us up? It is truly a wonder how I'm alive. Next story. Nothing like crazy, but this just goes to show how crazy we were to party and how desperate we were to party. Just to get out and go drink away from our parents and be such cool kids and drink beers and stuff like that. There's this place that the group of people who we used to go and party with, we all called it the Sack. So it was called the Sack. Why was it called the Sack? Because it was a random cul-de-sac in the very, very back of a neighborhood that was like still in the developmental process. So it was just dirt. Yeah, in a random neighborhood on a cul-de-sac in dirt lots. We would drink and like not party because you can't fucking party, but like, you know, people would play their music out their car and we would just like sit and drink and talk and socialize because we were so desperate to not do that at home. Well, nobody's parents would allow like 15, 16, 17-year-olds to drink. The sad thing is, this is also not the only place that we would go to party if we had like nobody's house to go to. So one was we would have bonfires. It was a bonfire in a dirt field. A literal dirt field, like far away from civilization, kind of. Like it was like off. You had to go off-roading to get to the location. There's no specific location. It was just like in the middle of a dirt field with literal tractors. We would just sit around the fire, drinking our drinks, and like be like climbing on tractors and shit. That's probably like private property, and that's probably really illegal, but we didn't care. So like anyone could see us if you really like looked far enough. You could be like, what's that big bright light? What's that fire looking thing? Like idiots, straight idiots. But when you're a kid, who cares, right? As long as you're no parents, no supervision, as long as I can get my drink on. To top it all off, this only happened one time, but it just once again goes to show how desperate we were to party it up. We partied in an abandoned house. It happened one time because we were just dumb shits. And we're just like, yeah, that's kind of sketch. It's kind of like not good. It was just not a good thing to do. So we were like, we probably shouldn't do that again. We'll just stick to the sack and the dirt fields. It literally sounds like something straight out of a horror movie. Like those dumbass teens who get like murdered first. And like they're just trying to have a good time partying in an abandoned house. And some guy's just like lurking, waiting for people, just like waiting to murder somebody. That would have been me. I am literally the girl in the movie who would get like murdered first, or like who like somehow always gets away, like the really dumb one, and she always gets away somehow, but then like at the very end she gets killed. That would have been me. Third and final story, another instance where I could have been murdered. So we were leaving a party and my other friend was like, hey, do you guys want to leave and we'll just go to my house, like me, you, and my other friend, and it was him and another guy, and he was like, do you guys just want to leave and the four of us will just go hang out at my house? And I was just like, yeah, cool. But his friend had driven him there, so he's like, he can give us a ride to my house. So we were like, okay, cool. So we get to his car, and it's one of those like single cab cars, you know, like the ones where there's like no back seat and there's 3 seats, like the front seat, middle seat, and the passenger seat, and that's it. So me and my friend were like, how are we gonna do this? Honestly, I don't even think we contemplated it. I think we're just like, yeah, we'll just hop in the bed of the truck. It's fine. It'll be fine. So we hop in the bed of the truck. We lay down as he drives us. So dangerous. So dangerous. Like, what if we were hit? Someone could have run a red light and hit us. We could have run a red light and hit somebody. Like, we could have been, like, mush on the street dead. Lucky for us, we were not. I feel like I keep forgetting to mention these things. When we would go out, we didn't really have, like, a course of action on where we were staying, and how we were getting home, because we were only 15 and we were not supposed to be going out and partying, and we said like, oh, I'm staying the night at so-and-so's. So like we couldn't go out and then just come home because we said we were staying the night at somebody's house. So we would have to figure it out along the way. So that was our idea. We would just figure it out as the night goes. You know, when you're like 15, you don't think of like the future. You're just kind of in a present moment. So we weren't thinking ahead. We're just thinking of now. Logical thought process not there whatsoever. Same night as the bed of the truck. So it was like dwindling. It was getting really late, and our friend, his mom was like, okay, they need to go. Like, it's getting super late. I don't want you to have friends over anymore. Like, these girls are not staying the night. You know, we were 15, 16 years old. So we were like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna go? We had no idea. So I had called another friend of mine, like a guy friend. He was like, yeah, you guys can just stay the night here. You guys can sleep in my brother's room. I don't think his brother was home. She's like, it's not a big deal. Like, my mom doesn't care. So we're like sick. So we were like, okay, how are we gonna get there? It's like 2 a.m. It was literally 2 a.m. Dark as night outside. So me and my friend were just like, how are we gonna get there? Like, Uber was not a thing during this time. So we walked at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night down big streets, like main streets in our town. Walked. What? Literally what? Like, that's so unsafe. That's unsafe for anybody to walk alone at, like, in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m. at night. We are two teenage girls, 15 years old, walking alone at 2 a.m. It's nighttime. Like, how we are still alive to this day is amazing to me. And I'm obviously very lucky. I'm very blessed. We were never in danger and never experienced really anything dangerous. But like at that point, the first guy's house where his mom was like, they can't stay there, was probably like a 10-minute walk to my house. And I would just have to walk through neighborhoods. Like, I wouldn't even have to take main streets. I could have just like walked home and like snuck inside my house somehow. Or just like stayed in my backyard until the morning and then like walked up at the front door and be like, I just got dropped off, and then just like went inside. But no, I decided to just walk down main streets, like busy streets, cars driving, stoplights, everyone can see us in the middle at like 2 or 3 a.m. just so we didn't have to go home, just so we wouldn't get caught. I look back on it now and I'm just like, girlfriend, why? Like, just go home. The night is done. Just go home. Like, find it, like, sneak in your fucking window or something. Literally, just go home. All the stories I just told right now are literal, like, examples of times I could have been, like, kidnapped or murdered, and I wasn't. It's literally just me escaping death in dangerous situations. At the rate I was going, I probably would have been found in a ditch, which is cool. I think my lucky stars, I'm here today to tell the stories, and you, whoever's watching or listening or whatever, learn from my mistakes and just go the fuck home. Looking back on it now, like, I would have much rather called my mom and been like, hey, I went to a party, I have no way of getting home, we have nowhere to stay, can you please come get me? And then being grounded or whatever would have happened, over the fact that I could have literally been murdered or kidnapped or even worse. Nothing even worse. What's worse than those? But you know what I mean, like, just something dangerous along the lines. But instead of like, no, like, too prideful, didn't want to get in trouble. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe. You don't have to if you don't want to, because we're not about peer pressure here. But if you are going to do anything today, make sure you do something to save your earth and love your earth. Why did I wink? Ew! Ew! I've been watching TikTok way too much. But whatever. Save your earth and love your earth, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!